this tutorial, we are going to work on start working on the uploading pictures, that is the post. So we are going to allow a user to click on this add button so that we will send it to his mobile phone gallery. So from there he can select a picture and write a description for that picture, just like you guys see in Instagram, okay? And then we will display all those posts after uploading it to the Firebase storage and Firebase database. We will display it here. You need to retrieve and display it here on the home page. So first of all, we have to do this thing. So yeah, let's just come here to Android Studio, and here we have this main activity. Now what we are going to do is let's create a brand new activity. So click on your package name, new activity, empty activity, okay? Let me just show it to you guys again. Activity and empty activity. And the name of this activity will be here. We are going to allow user to add new post. So let's give it the same name, that is add post activity, or you can say add new post activity. Okay, so yeah, let's just click finish. So our new activity is created successfully. Let's just come to the XML file of it. Now first of all, let's just change this constant layout to the relative layout. And now what we're going to do is come here to the account settings.xml file, because just for the time sharing we are going to copy something from here, and that is our whole app bar layout XML code. Okay, so just copy this whole XML, this app bar, sorry, okay, up to the app bar layout. Okay, Control C, copy it. Now let's just go back to our activity at post and paste that whole app bar code here. Here it is, see it, okay? Now what we're gonna do is this button will remain the same. There, just quickly do something here. So first of all, we have to change the ID for this. So this is now close, add post button. Then we have this button, but instead of that, you can add our text view instead of this image view, just like in Instagram here, it is written that is published, okay? Or you can go with this icon button, which looks more beautiful, okay? So I will just go with this same icon button. When a user click on this tick button, it means that this is basically our publish button. So when a user click on it, we will upload and save the post image of the user inside the Firebase storage and Firebase database. So that will be good. We have to just change the ID for this, okay? So let's give it name as save new post button. Save new post button, okay? And this is our profile toolbar. So let's give it name as add post toolbar, okay? Now next thing what we need to do is after this app bar layout to add an image view, so on which the user will click and select any picture to upload. So we need also a text for getting description for that picture, just like in Instagram. So let's add a linear layout here. Match parent, wrap content. Let's move it to the next line. And now here, the orientation for this will be vertical. And it must below the app bar layout, okay? So copy the ID of our app bar layout, which is app bar layout. First make sure to change this over to add post, because we have to use unique ID that is non-repeatable. So here you can see it. Okay, now what we're gonna do is inside this linear layout, we are going to add an image view. Match parent 250 dp, and in here let's give ID to it. So we can say image post. Let's add a source for it. So we have an image by the name add image icon, okay, inside the driver folder, this one, okay. So yeah, that is okay now, and the scale type will be center crop. And let's move it a little bit from the top. So margin from the top, okay, there is no need to give it here. If you want, you can give margin here, margin from the top. Because the image will lie inside this linear layout, okay. So 5 will be good, I think. 5 dp. And now the next thing we need to do is to add quickly another text. So let's just copy paste this image view, okay. Paste it below. Let's change this to edit text. And the ID will be the description for the post. So we can give it the same, ID like description underscore post, match parent type content. Remove the scale type and src. The hint will be like say something about your post or image, whatever you want to give the hint here. And if you want, you can give margin from all the sides. 5 dp will be good. Here you can see it. And let's give it, add a restriction here. Max line will be 6. So this is all about our add post activity. Now let's go back to our, first let me just check the account setting, and let's just copy paste quickly this my URL image URI, okay, and the storage reference. Just copy it. Come here to the add post activity and let's just quickly paste it here. Let's give it proper name to this one, which will be our storage post picture reference. The storage reference basically. And now also let's just quickly do something more, which is to copy this reference, copy it, paste it here inside our own create. Okay, and we have to change the name of it, which is storage post picture reference. And we are going to create a separate folder for our post picture of user. Okay, so it will be by name post pictures. So posts, picture, or just remember this name, okay? The folder name will be posts pictures. So one thing which I forgot to tell you guys is that here, our main activity, when a user click on this nav add post button, okay, so we are going to send the user to this add post activity, okay. I just forgot to add the intent for it. So first of all, we can say start activity, intent, and we are on the main activity. Now here we have to add the context, which is our main activity, by just writing this at the rate, okay, this at the rate. Then we are going to send the user to the add post activity class.java. So yeah, and one thing what we want is that whenever a user click here you can see this button is highlighted, okay. So we do not want, whenever user click on this add button, we are sending the user directly to the add post activity. And now here we will write a code in which the user will directly go to his mobile gallery first. The user will select an image and it will display there, okay. So we do not want that this button is highlighted, okay. So what we're gonna do is here on our main activity, when a user click on this add post, we can just simply say item, which is basically this one, okay. That is the item, on if a user click on this add button, then we can say item dot is checked equals to false. Item dot is checked equals to false. Now come here to the add post activity, and now here if a user click on this tick button, which means that publish button, okay. So what we gonna do in that case? First of all, what is the ID? Save new post, okay. So let's just come here and add a click event on it. So we can say save new post button, make sure to import this dot set on click listener. And we are going to call a method which we will implement now, which will be by the name upload image. So before that, as I told you, when you click on this add button, then when the user basically come here to get post activity. So here we want that we should send the user directly to his mobile phone gallery, obviously. So he will select any picture and we will display that picture here on our this image view basically. So yeah, that is the first thing. So first let's just do that. Well, again, let's come here to the account settings activity. From here we need to copy some code. So copy this copy image activity and all this thing, copy it, come here to the add post and just paste it here inside the on create method. And the name of this activity is add post activity. Now the aspect ratio from the xi, since you know that this is a post image, it will be more like in a horizontal form. So what we're going to do, the aspect ratio will be 2:1, okay? As it is not now a profile picture, which is 1:1 previously. So yeah, 2:1. So once the user select the picture from his mobile phone gallery, we have to get that. that image URI basically. So while it is simple, all we need is to implement the built-in function, which is the on activity result, this one. Okay, and now in here, we can say, let's just come here to the account settings. From here, we will just copy paste this. Copy it, Ctrl+C, and paste that here. Now we will do some changes. So we are, getting the result of that image. We are displaying then it on our, here, basically. What is the name of it? In this case, we have a name for this one, which is image post. So copy it, paste it here. In case if you want, if the user select any other file than the image file that is .png or .jpg, whatever the images types is, okay? So if you select, let's say MP3 or any other thing, then you can just type here an else statement in which you can just tell the user inside a toast message that, hey, you select a wrong picture or there is some error with your file, okay? But I do not want that. If you want, you can just write the else statement. It is good thing to do. So now we have the image URI, okay? We just store inside here. Now next thing is to upload it, okay? So let's just create our this upload image method. Let's create function upload image, and it is here, okay? Let's just move it to the bottom. Now in here, we are going to check, we have to apply some validations. So first of all, we have to check if, let's just copy paste it. Here on our account settings, we have upload image and update info method, okay? So what we're gonna do is, let's just quickly write, instead of if, we can say when, then we can say else. So inside the upload image method, we just write this one statement, okay? Inside we have this S. Now we just copy this code, which basically check the image URI validation and description validation, which, we have to ask, if the user left any of these is empty, then we just display the message to the user to select image first, or if the description edit text is empty, we tell the user to please write the description first, okay? So yeah, this is all. So yeah, if everything goes well, then inside our this as statement, here we can say, or let's just copy paste. Again, for the time saving, we have already write some code, so there is no need to write again and again, okay? So storage reference, we will just change the name for it, okay? So our file reference, here we have our reference by the name storage post picture reference, and previously for the profile picture, we are storing the images by their user unique ID. So now here we have to give a random key so that, a user can upload many pictures at one time. People can upload many pictures. if they want. Okay, so we have to assign a unique random ID. So instead of using the dot push, the method which we use basically to get the random key is dot push. So here, instead of that, what we're gonna do is we can also use the system. You will get the time and we will make that time as a key. For storing different pictures, okay? So, once the time passed, there would be a record, okay? So the time will also be a unique key for storing the picture. So how to get that? We can just say dot current time minute dot to string, okay? And then we can give it an extension .jpg. Or if you want to store the original extension of that file, then we have a built-in function here you can say in Kotlin, that is get file extension, okay? So it will get the exact extension of that file. That is, let's say the file extension is .png. I'm talking about that image file which a user select, okay? So we can also get that, but alright, that method is deprecated, I think, because we are using the latest versions of the Firebase, so maybe there is some problem, okay? So anyways, let's just forget about that. We will go with the same default one, which is .jpg. So now next step is, let's just come here and copy this upload task, okay? Just to put that file in at the reference which we created, okay? Which is basically about this reference. So after that, we are going to put that file on this reference, which is over this reference, okay? And now the next thing is to get the download URL as a result of this when the file is created successfully. And also to display some progress to the user, that is, the file is uploading. So anyways, what we're gonna do is, all we're gonna need is, let's just copy paste in segments, okay? So that we can understand it easily what we are doing here exactly, okay? So make sure to import this. And we can say, we are getting the download URL, and the next thing is clear our progress style of code. So let's just copy it and paste it inside the else statement. So yeah, instead of this, we can say heading, or you can say uploading, adding new post. Please wait while we're updating, or you can say adding your picture, post, whatever you want to like here, okay? So yeah, that's it. Now the next thing is to add our own complete listener. So let's just copy this. First, let me check where it ends. Starts from here and ending here. Here, okay? Here you can see this one is highlighted. You can type the code manually if you want, but for the time saving, I have to just copy paste it. Okay, so write dot here and then add on complete list. Sorry. Let's move to the next line and paste that whole code here. Okay. Now we do not need all of these. Okay, we already dot add on complete listener, on completion listener import. The task is successful. Then we have to store this. Now this is the thing I already explained when you were uploading the profile picture to the Firebase storage in Firebase database. So this was the thing when we are putting the file inside the Firebase storage, and then as a result we get the download URL of that image. And now we have to store it inside the Firebase database. So in that case, after that, you will be able to retrieve it and display it on our home folder. So yeah. Now the next thing comes. So my URL, okay. Same code. Just do some changes here. Now here we are going to create a separate node for storing all the user's pictures, and that node parent name will be post. Okay. So make sure to do these changes, post, and let's just quickly do something here. Change this to the first one is post ID. Instead of this, let's use small alphabets. And here we have to. Now here in the database, we also have to create a random key for that, okay? So you can use the time second maths, or you can also just copy this whole code and store it in a string. Or there is also another method, okay? So let's also use that another method so that you can learn how we can create a random key by using that other method which I'm talking about basically. So yeah, here we can say, to create a random key, okay? We can create a variable by the name, let's say post ID, okay? Equals to, and then by using this reference, we can say ref dot push dot key. So it will automatically create a key for us, and we are storing it inside this post ID variable. And now post ID, and now we can say post ID, and it must not be null. Well, the next thing comes is the post image. So let's just change this to post image, and it is stored inside the my URL. So make sure to change the key name post image. Then comes the description, okay? So let's change this one to description, and the publisher of this post, we can say this. Who is going to upload this image? Let's say my ID, okay? So publisher, and then description. So the ID for the description, we have to check here is description post. Copy it, paste it here, and then we have publisher. So we have to get the ID, and we can get it by using the Firebase auth dot get instance current user, and it was not null dot UID. That's it. So reference dot child, we are storing with this unique random key because there will be many pictures which a single user can upload to his account. So by using this post ID, we can say post ID dot update children user map. And if you want, you can give it, proper name. It is good practice to give proper name to everything, okay? Because it contains the post information, so you can say post map. And then if you want, you can display the post information that is post has been updated or uploaded successfully. So you can say post uploaded successfully. And yeah, then we will send the user to the main activity, which is basically our home fragment. And we are dismissing that. Finish. Yeah, the rest of the code will be the same. Now that's all. Okay, so now is the time to test our application finally. Let's just run it. So the app is running now successfully. Let's click on it, and let's choose an image from the phone gallery. And now here you can see, okay, ratio 2:1. If you want, you can flip horizontal, vertical, whatever you want, okay? So let's just crop the image. And you can see it. And now let's just add some description. Hey, this is my first post picture. Now let's just click on this tick button, publish button, adding new post. Please wait while you are updating. Let's also check the database alongside with it. Here you can see it. Post uploaded successfully. Post node is created successfully. This is the unique random key for storing that image to the real-time database. And here you can see description, post ID, post image, okay? And this post ID, okay? Here you can see it ls, and post image and publisher. If you want to check the image, it will also be in the storage. You can just come here. Also, let's check it quickly from here. You can just copy this whole URL, post image, okay? And paste it here, and then press enter, and here you can see it. This is the image which we uploaded to the Firebase storage. You can also check it here inside the Firebase storage. Here you can see post pictures folder is created successfully. And here is our image by using the system time, okay? This is basically, you will be thinking that these are just numbers, but these are not just numbers. And in the previous tutorial, as you know that we have successfully allowed a user to upload the post images, or you can say now user is able to upload a picture and he has successfully uploaded to the Firebase storage and also to the Firebase database. Here you can see it posts, and here you can see it, the post image alongside with the description and all the information. So now the next thing is to upload and retrieve it and display it on the user timeline. Okay. So for that, first of all we're going to need is, and let me tell you, by timeline we mean our home activity, or you can say our home page. So first of all, come to the fragment home, and now on our fragment home, let me first check if we have already added the recycler view. Here we can see it is by the name recycler view. Now the next thing which we need to do is go to the fragments, home fragment, and let's add that recycler view here in our this home fragment. So in here what we need to do is let's change this to, well, let's give it name as view equals to this, and then return the view. Okay, and now in here we can write our code. So now next thing is to add the recycler view. So we can say var recycler view. Let's give it the same name, recycler colon, and it is of type recycler view. And let's initialize it with null. Then we can say recycler view equals view dot find view by ID, or dot ID dot, and the ID for this one is recycler view home. Now let's set a linear layout, or you can say, we want to display basically the post in a vertical on the home fragment, or you can say home page. So anyways, equal linear layout manager context. Sorry, here is the context, which means the current context is our home fragment. So on the home fragment, linear layout manager dot set reverse layout, that is dot reverse layout, this one equals to true, as we want to display the new post at the top. Okay, so that is why we can also say that linear layout manager dot resource layout true, and then state from end equals to true. Recycler view layout manager equals to linear layout manager. So, well, this is all about the recycler view addition. Now, the next thing which we want to do is to create a layout, to display the post, that is, in which design we want to display our posts. So, for that, let's create a layout. So, come here, right-click on this layout, new, and let's give it name as layout resource file, and the name of this will be posts underscore layout. So this should be our post layout .xml file. Okay, here you can see it. Now come here, and first of all, let's send this quickly to carved Android X.card view widget.card view, this one. Okay, here you can see it. And now the orientation vertical, layout with match parent. Now first of all, make sure to change the layout height to wrap content. This is the important thing. Now instead of writing the whole design, what I'm going to do is I will just add the link to this post layout.xml design, and then you can just copy that XML code and just paste it here, okay? Which is easy to understand, and I will also now explain it. This link will be available in the description down below, okay, which will be by the name link to XML design, and then you can just copy, just click on that link in the description down below, and when you click on that link, it will redirect you to this XML code, which is post item layout.xml. Okay, so from here, all you're gonna need is just to, here you can see this is the card view. From here, you just copy this code. which is Android layout margin top, left, right, and this card elevation, okay? This is just for the time saving. I hope now you understand the XML code easily, okay? This is not, we want to just quickly complete the code for this, okay? Because that will take a lot of time. So, we just focus on the backend code. The design is really easy to understand. All you need is just to copy this linear layout from here and just go to the bottom and here, up to this linear layout at the bottom. Just Control C, copy it, and come here. And now inside here, we can just paste it. And now I will tell you, what this is basically. So first of all, we have a linear layout. Let me just show you from here. You will understand more easily. First of all, we have a card view, which you know, okay, as a whole. The layout, how it is wrap content, so it is up here, okay, here you can see. Then inside that, we have a linear layout, which is the direction for which is vertical, okay. So inside this linear layout, we have this, first of all, we have this whole linear layout. This is our card view as a whole, and then we have a linear layout. If I show you, then here you can see it. Now, inside this linear layout, we have another linear layout, and by the way, the orientation for this one is vertical, which means like this, okay? And then we have another linear layout, which is set to horizontal, which is for this one. Here you can see it. It is also highlighted. Let me just zoom it. Inside this linear layout, we have this user profile image, which is this one. Here you can see it. And then we have this user name, okay? After this linear layout, we have a post image home, where you will basically display the post images which different users upload to the followers. To the followers, you can say, yes, the followers, let's say, I'm a person, I am following 5 person, okay, 5 other person. So I will see their pictures on my timeline, or you can say on my home segment, okay. So yeah, and then after this we have a relative layout in which we have this icon, okay, here you can see it. If you just click on it, you will see it, okay. So inside this relative layout, we have these 3 icons, and then at the end we have here the likes, okay, and then the publisher, description, and comments text view, which you can also just check. Just come here, and inside here, you can see it, okay? This is our comments. For now, we have not added text to it, so, there is no need to add text to it, because we will retrieve it from the database, the comments, and then we will display it like 10 comments. How much comments, a user have on his picture, okay? So we will display that in the upcoming tutorials. So for now, just, we set the text to null, or you can say empty, okay? And then we have a text to for the description, then for the publisher, and you can understand this code easily, okay? You can just read it. And also then we have a likes for displaying likes on a user image or user post, okay? And this is our linear layout where we have 3 image views. One is for the like or dislike, the comment, and the save button. If you don't want to save any picture, hope you have watched the first tutorial in which I show you guys the overview of this project, okay? And this is the image view for the displaying the post picture. And yeah, the rest is just the text, which is text view, which is the username, and then the circle image view for the post. So I hope you understand it. You can read it more carefully. You will understand it. Okay. And then all these are the icons, which is also already available in the driver folder. I already provide a link to the sort of the icons in the the second or first tutorial. Hope you know about it more clearly. So anyways, let's just write the code for it. So once we have this, now the next thing is to create a model file, model class for this, to retrieve all the data, which is our the description, post ID, post image, and the publisher ID. So we have to create a model class and set a setter and getter for this. So inside our model class, inside this model package, just right click on this model package and then new, and here we have Kotlin file or class. Okay, so we want to create a Kotlin class, and the name of it will be post. And then you can just press OK. Here you can see it. And now let's just quickly define it. The variables, the first one is private. For first one we have post ID, and make sure to use the same paddings which are inside the database, which is in small English alphabets, which is post ID, description, post image, and publisher, okay? So post ID, colon, it is a string data type, so we can say string, And let's initialize it with null. And let's me write name for it. Sorry, it is post ID. Okay. Let's just copy paste it quickly, and we can do it for the other ones. So the second one is the next one is the post image. So we can just say post image, then the publisher, and then the last one is the description. Okay, so make sure that these are it has the same spellings, just like as it is, okay, in small English alphabets. Here you can see it. Otherwise, you will get error for this. Then we have to add a constructor without parameters, or you can say a default constructor and then a constructor with parameters. So you can say, we can just also create it automatically. Just right click here and then generate. And here you can see this secondary constructor. Just click on it. And then all you need is just to select all these by pressing Ctrl A, or if you are using Mac, then press Command A, okay, or Ctrl A on your Windows keyboard. So just select all this and then press OK. So this is our constructor with parameters. Now the next thing which we need to do is to set the setter and getter for all these variables, okay. So first of all, we have get post ID colon and string type. Then in here we have to return the post ID. Now let's just copy paste it 4 times for the remaining ones. 3 times, sorry. So the next one is get post image. And make sure to change this also to post. Then we have the third one, which is get publisher. And make sure to change this to publisher. Then we have get description. And then here we need to write the description. It will return the description. Now we have to set these are the getters. Now we have to set the setters for it. So set post ID, and it is of type string. This dot post ID equals to post ID. Now just copy paste this 3 times to change it for the remaining ones, okay. 1, 2, 3. And this will be set post image. Make sure to change this post ID first to post image, then this one, post image. Then we have the set publisher. Okay, and then publisher. Okay, and then publisher. The last one is the set description. Then description. Okay, which are basically our variable names. So anyways, so this is the setter and getter. Let's just close this now. The next thing which we need to do is to access all of this post layout elements, or you can say these controllers to access it and retrieve the data. Retrieve data first, obviously, from the database and display it here on it. So for that, we are going to create a new adapter, which will be our post adapter. So right click here, new, will be our Kotlin file class, okay, and the name of this will be post adapter, and press OK. And now just in here, let's create define the context. So you can say, well, context, let us give it a name, m context colon context comma, right, and post list adapter. It will be our list. So now we will write a code to retrieve all the posts which will be inside the database, okay? But before, retrieving that, let me tell you, we will display the following list. Let's say this user is online, okay? And this user has 3 followers, okay? Now here you can see it. So we'll first display that on only these people post, we will display to the online user. Let's say I am now an online user, okay? So I'm an online user and this is my ID, let's say I'm Hamid Ali, okay? And I have 3 people, I am following these 3 persons. So only the post, or you can say the pictures which these 3 people uploaded will be displaying on my homepage, or you can say the timeline. So first of all, we will use the list just like we use it for the search in user, okay? So for retrieving the, or you can say for storing the, like once we retrieve the post, all the post information, then we will just save it inside our this list, which is by the name mPost, okay? And it will be of type list, and we have to pass our post model class to it. Let's move it to the next line so that we can see the code easily, okay? So here we can say colon recycle. So now here, first of all, here you can see this third line. I'm here to display this error, okay? All you're going to need is, after putting these angle braces, just click here. You will see this red bulb. Just click on it, and here you can see it says implement member. Just click on it, and we need to implement these 3, which is on bind view holder, get item count, and on create view holder. So just click on it, and here you can see we have these. Okay, first of all, let's remove that quickly. We do not need that now. First, we have to define our inner class. Okay, so just follow exactly the same steps. So we need to, the inner class, we are going to use it so that we can access all of these elements, okay, which are on our post layout. The likes, the comments, and all these stuffs, okay. So let's give it this name, view holder, @non-null, item view, and this will be of type view. Colon recycler view dot view holder. In here pass the item view, and then put these 2 curly braces. So first of all, let's check. So we have a profile image, then a text view, then the post image. Let's just initialize it quickly. Profile, let's give it name as profile image, and it is of type circle image view. Then we have another one which is an image view for the post image. So let's give it a name as post image. It is of type image view. Image view. Then we have a button which is for the heart button, which is for like, okay? So give like button. And it will be of type image view because we are using icon for that. You can just paste it twice because we have 2 more, which is the second one is the comment button, which is of image type, and then we have the save button, which is also image type, this one, okay? And then we have 6 text views. First one is username, text view. Let's just copy paste it 5 times more. 5, okay? Then we have for displaying the number of likes, we have a text view. Then a text view for displaying the publisher username. Publisher can give it a name. And then 1 text view for displaying the post description. And then the last 1 text view is for displaying the total number of comments. Okay, that is how much comments is on a post. Now we have to access, assign it to the XML, by using their IDs. So that is simple. But we can just say init, and inside this init, we can say profile image equals, by using this item view, we can say item view dot find view by ID, or dot ID dot, and the ID for this is user let's just go there, and it is user profile image search. Since we are using here on the post, so we have to assign some unique ID to it, so we can just give it ID image post. So just user profile image post. So copy this ID and just paste it here quickly. Make sure to import this R I'm pressing Ctrl Enter. And then let's just copy paste quickly. Sorry. The second one is our post image. And the ID for this is the post image home. So we can say post image home. Then we have copy a tiny comment. Then we have save button. Then we have username. Then we have, okay, remove this one. I mean, we just copy paste it twice, which is the username, okay? And then we have the likes. Then the publisher. And then the description. Then the comments. So yeah, that's it. So now once it is done, now I mean we can access all of these controllers on our this post adapter. Now we have to pass this new holder here, and here you can say it's display this red line, which means we have to import it. So you can just press the Alt Enter button on your keyboard, and here you can see import, and then it belongs to our this one. New holder on the post adapter. Okay, here you can see it. Now comes the other part. I mean, the important part. You can say just click here. Here you will see this. And implement methods. You have to create the onCreate new holder, then the get item count, and the onBind new holder. Just click on it, and here you can see all these methods are created here. So remove this comment first. Okay, this is our onCreate. Then we have the get item count, which will return the total number post. So anyways, I mean, you will write the code for it, obviously. So anyways, when we write this post adapter dot view holder, make sure to write here these braces. Now we have already linked this thing. I mean, we access all the controllers here on our the Kotlin file, which is postadapter.kt, but we have to access this whole post layout. I mean, how our the application will know that is to which file basically all of these things belongs. So we define that inside our onCreate view holder. So how we can do that? I mean, to link this whole post layout.xml to our post adapter. Well, so simple and so easy. All we need is we can say, well, value equals layout inflator dot from mContext dot inflate or dot layout dot, and the name of this layout is post layout. So you can just type post layout, comma, and by this, I mean the type for it parent view group. Okay, so we can say parent, comma, false. So in this way, basically, we linked our .xml to this Kotlin file. And then we can return this view, which is by the name view. Okay. Now this will return the size, this get item count, so we can say it mPost dot size. I mean, whatever the number of posts is inside our this list, which is this one, okay, mPost. And basically now we will write a code for it. We will retrieve all our posts from the database on our home fragment, okay. But that is the later part. First we have to complete our this post adapter. So it will return the total number of posts, or you can say the size of it, that is how many posts are there in the list. Now inside this onBind view holder, basically we write the code for, I mean, when we want to, that is, let's say if a user click on, let's say on the profile picture, like here, and we will send the user to this user profile. And let's say if a user click on the comments, then we will display all the total number of comments, or you can say all the comments to the user who want to see his follower all comments. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, I mean, all the events that take place, we write the code for it inside our onBind view holder. So, well, first of all, let's define a Firebase user, which will obviously now we will use it. We will need it. So private for, let's give it a name as Firebase user, and it is of type Firebase user, and let's initialize it with null. And now in here in our on-bind view header, we can just say Firebase user equals to Firebase auth dot get instance dot current user. And as you know, in order to, let's say we will write the code for it obviously in the upcoming tutorials. That is, let's say if I want to, there will be number of posts, like let's say 10 posts you will be seeing on your timeline, or many posts, if you scroll down to the bottom. Anyways, so if you want to save any post or comment on any specific post, then you have to get the ID of that specific post. So with the help of that ID, we can save all the data for that unique post, okay? So for that, here we can say our post adapter, that is post equals to mpost, the post which we already retrieved inside our this list, okay? Or you can say this array list. Basically, all the posts are stored here, and now we have to get the position and we assign it to this post. Also, let's display the profile image, so you can say Picasso dot get dot post, the post image, sorry, okay? So get post image dot into holder dot post image. Now we have to get the publisher info. So for that, let's create a method by the name publisher info. Okay, so we can say publisher info, and we can pass, and by using this view holder, the name of it, which is holder, okay, we can say holder. We are now passing this parameter. The first parameter will be our profile image in order to display the profile image, comma. The second one will be the username, so holder dot username, comma. The third one will be the publisher name, so holder dot publisher, comma, and then the post publisher, so post dot publisher, get publisher, which is basically the ID. So anyways, we are now going to create this method, or you can say this function, with all these 4 parameters which will receive by this method. So let us just create it from here. Create function publisher info, and here you can see it. Private fun, this is our method name, and these are the parameter which is retrieving here inside this method. Now let's just move it to the bottom. After this class. Okay, here at the bottom, just paste it here, and in here, first we need to create a reference to our user's node, because this user information is present here inside the user node. That is, to which person this, let's say we will retrieve the post information. The post information just contains this publisher ID, which means that this post image or the post description belongs to this user, okay? So by using this post, which we get here by this name, okay, which is our publisher, this one, post.get publisher. By the way, we just write the wrong spelling, which is inside our model class. If I show you, it will not create any problem, okay? Just leave it as it is, or if you want, you can change the spelling to correct publisher. But for that, also you have to change this also here, okay? And also here at the bottom, which is our, by the way, let's just again, call this method, because we do changes here, okay? Just correct the spellings. So yeah, create function, and here it is created. Let's move to the bottom, just to make the code clean. Just to keep the code clean. I like specific location. So with the help of this ID, now we are going to retrieve that user. Let's say we see a post on our homepage or timeline, okay? So only that specific profile image, let's say IQ, okay? So IQ is this person. So this person profile image we will retrieve, and we will display it there on here. Let me show it to you. You guys will be confused what I'm talking about. Here, okay? The same, we will retrieve the username and we will display it there. So it means that IQ is the publisher of this post, okay? So yeah, let's just go ahead. You will more clearly understand it when we retrieve and display. Okay, so anyways, hope you are understanding everything. Instead of calling it publisher, let's just change the ID. We can say publisher ID, which means the user ID, the user who uploaded this post or this picture. So now, as I told you, we need a reference to the user's node, so we can say, well, Firebase database dot child users dot child, and then pass this publisher ID to it. Okay, this publisher ID to it. Now, by using this user ref, we are going to retrieve the information of the publisher of this photo or of this image. Add value event listener object value event listener, and then in here we have two built-in functions, which is the first of all, commit here a mistake. Before this brace, put these two curly braces, okay? Here you can see it. And then in here we have two built-in functions, which is the on data change, remove the comment, and the second one is the on cancelled, okay? And remove the commit. Now, inside our this on data change, we can say if the data snapshot exists, if this publisher really exists, okay? If this publisher exists, and you are going to retrieve his profile image and username. And by the way, this is the data snapshot for us, okay? So if you want, you can change the name of it to data snapshot. I will just go with a pure.exist. And for the time saving, let's go to the user adapter. Here we have to just copy something. I think it is in the... Come here to the account settings activity, and here we have this user info method, okay? So we need the same there, the same code here exactly. So now here you can see this thing, which is user po.getValue, this thing, okay? Just copy it and come back to the post adapter and just paste that here. That's it. Also on the account settings activity, we have this Picasso. Just copy all these things. From here, copy it. And now come here and paste that here. Okay, and then the next thing is Picasso. And it is we have to display it into our image profile image. The next one is the username. So we have to say username.setText. By the way, in Kotlin we write also we have this thing which is .text. But anyways, you can also use .setText. But if this just display an error, then all you can do is just to write like this, which is, by the way, username.text. I hope I already told you these things in the previous tutorials, okay? In Kotlin, you can follow this thing. .text equals to this. .get text is basically a built-in function which belongs to Java. But anyway, in the Android Studio, that also works. But if you get error using that, then you can also follow this technique. So anyways, the next one is our... So we have set the circle image view, then the username, and then the publisher, which is the full name basically of that publisher, okay? So we can say publisher, and the type of this is basically the text view. Here you can see it, okay? So get full name, and you do not need the bio. So yeah, that's it. And if you want, you can also change this, like .text equals to this. Well, the last thing is, to retrieve the data and save it inside our this list, which is the post, okay? But before doing that, okay, first of all, let's just go to our home fragment. So before doing that, let me tell you, what we are going to do is first we will retrieve all the, here you can see, let's say IQ is my ID, okay? I'm now an online user. I am following 3 persons. So I'm going to retrieve all my following list users, okay? So only these 3 user posts or images I will see on my home page, or you can say home fragment or the timeline. Anyways, okay? So yeah, only my followings. So come here on the home fragment. So first of all, here we can say private post adapter, and it is of type post adapter, initialized with null. And now also, as I told, we will be needing a list. So it will be mutable list, and we have to pass the post model class to it. So in this list, as I told you earlier, we are going to store all the posts which we retrieve from the database. And also, before doing that, we have to retrieve all our following list for a specific user. Let's say for me, I am now online. Let's say I'm using the app and I'm online. So for that also, we'll be needing a list, and let's give it a name as the following list, colon. It will be of the same type, which is mutable list, or you can say array list or a list. So in here, in our on create, after this, we can say post list equals to array list. Post adapter context. So let in here we can say post adapter it comma post list as array list post. Recycle view dot set adapter, or in Kotlin we say dot adapter equals to post adapter. So first of all, we have to retrieve all our following, to retrieve the following list of an online user. So let's create a method, or you can say a function for that by the name check followings. And then create this function, check followings, remove this comment, and inside this method, we can say following list equals to array list. And then come here to the user adapter, and from here you can just copy this inside our check following status. Just copy this reference from here for the time saving, and we are going to modify it. But first, so following reference, remove this, okay? Firebase database dot get instance dot reference dot child follow dot child. Here we can say Firebase auth dot get instance dot current, it must not be null, dot uid. So we are getting the online user ID, since we are going to check the following list for this user, and then according to that following users, you will display all the posts of that users to this online user. So anyways, after this we can say following reference dot add value event listener object colon value event listener. Make sure to put curly braces here. On data change first method, then the second one is on cancel. Remove the comments, and then in here inside our this on data change, you can say po dot this thing dot exist. Then what we gonna do? So first of all, put these two braces, and we can say list as array list, passing the string to it as data will be of string data type, and then after this we can clear it. All the previous data. Let's say if there is anything in the following list, first we clear it, and then we have to store the new data in it. Okay, so we can say for and say snapshot in po.children by using the for each loop. Children snapshot.key. So now we basically retrieve all the users from this reference, okay? And then we are now going to add all this data inside our following list. So we can say dot following list is array list string. Now make sure to first add this hook to braces, then add copy, return and paste it back, and then we can say dot add inside this following list. We are going to add all the data one by one. Okay, so dot add it. So yeah, now once we retrieve and save all the this is the for each loop. I hope you know about this. We are retrieving the data one by one and store it inside our following list array list. Okay, which is of type array list. And then once we have this following list, we are going to retrieve, or you can say read, all the posts according to these IDs which are inside the following list. That is, let's say we retrieve these three, okay, which is for this user. So we are going to retrieve the posts which are updated by all these three users. So yeah, how we can do that? Now after this for loop, let's create another method by the name read post or retrieve post, whatever name you want to give to it. It is totally up to you. Retrieve all posts. Not all, but for the following list, okay? So whatever name you want to give to this post, this function, create function, and inside our home fragment, make sure to remove the comment, and then in here, let's just copy paste this quickly, the reference. Copy it. We do not need that here, but let's just change it. This will be the reference to our post. And Firebase database reference, remove the remaining, and just here we can say dot child. And this reference will be up to the post node. So after this, I can just say first reference dot add value event listener, value event list. First we have to clear the first we have to create these functions. Second one is on cancel. Then here we can say we have to remove all the data. We have to clear our post list first. If there is any previous data in it, then we can say if, or there is no need of it. We can just use directly for snapshot. Let's just quickly paste this instead of typing it. And then we can say red post equals to snapshot dot get value to our post model class. So it is post class dot Java. But these posts must be according to our following list. So we have to add another for loop and to check that is the publisher, that is, let's say the online user, has these specific three users. And now I am just giving this, I'm explaining this by an example, okay? So this is our publisher and this is the followers of this person. Or you can say this is our online user and these are the followings, not followers, sorry. These are the followings. Inside the following list, he has these three users. So we can say followers ID in following list inside the following list. And by the way, it must not be null if the post dot get dot equals to the ID. And by the way, in Java, we can also write this like this, okay? Equals to ID. In Kotlin, sorry. We can write this also like that. E double equals to ID. But anyways, we will just go dot equals to ID. Or if you want, you can also, you will be now thinking, let's just do it like in that way, okay? To ID. But if you do it like in this way, then you have to convert this ID to dot to string, okay? And yeah, now inside this post list dot add post. Now make sure that this must not be null. So anyway, this is all about the retrieving all the post, or you can say all the picture from real-time database, and then only that pictures from the post list we will display on the user timeline, which is according to the following list of that user. Okay? I mean, let's say for this user, this person has only 3 followings. So only these 3 people post will appear in the timeline of that person. Now what about, how I will see my own post? This code is for the user, only for according to the following list, or you can say to the fans post only. But in order to see my own post, I have to follow myself also. So for that, we will just add a default code, okay? Whenever a user register, okay? So just come here quickly to the sign up activity. And in here, when we say that is save user info, and if the task is successful, then by default, whenever a user creates a new account, we will allow that user to follow himself by default, okay? Hope you understand and get the idea. So only in that case, the user will also see his own post in his timeline, basically. And for that, what we're gonna do is, here we can just quickly let's just come here quickly to our user adapter. From here, you can just copy this code. Come here to the sign up activity and paste it here on the sign up activity. And then here we can say Firebase database. Okay. Cut this code up to here because we need only this code. Firebase database. Remove this. Okay. And then Firebase database that instance stuff. And here we have to pass the current user ID following.child. Inside the following list, we are going to use the same ID. So this user is now following himself, okay? And we are doing this just for the sake, so that user can also see his own picture.post in the timeline if he updated, okay? You will now see it, but set value to true. So yeah, that's it. Now is the time to test the application. Now before testing the application, one thing which I will suggest is just come here to the database, and now what I am going to do is, let's delete, all the previous data, since you know that we have created some user for the testing and we have modified our code. So I'm going to just delete all the previous, or you can say the old data, because now we are going to create some other users, now new users basically, okay? So just delete all the, and now let's just come and test the application quickly. Now we will basically also create some new users. I will show you what will happen basically. One thing which I remember is, first of all, as now you delete all the users, so make sure to uninstall the app from your mobile phone. First uninstall it. Okay. And then now you again run the application. So the app is running now successfully, and now let's just quickly log in. So I'm going to write first we have to create an account because we have deleted all the old data. So let's go to the new account sign up, and let's just fill out this registration form quickly. So Muhammad Ali. Then username, but this is my username like that before creating. You can also follow me on my real Instagram. This is the clone app basically using Firebase. So anyways, so let me write my email. This is just for testing purposes. This is my, okay, let me write my real email. So if you guys want to contact me, there is any error in your code. 7 up to 8, okay? Click register. This is where this may take a while. So here you can see account has been created successfully. Here you can see this is the user data, okay? And this is the by default code, that is I am following myself, okay? Here you can see RZ, and inside my following list RZ. If I just come here and come here to the, then here you can see Muhammad Ali, okay? This is my information, and this is the default status, and here you can see following 1. So I am now following myself, okay? Now the next thing is to quickly upload a post. So let's click on it, and from here let's choose an image, and now if you want you can crop it, and then if you want you can write some description. Hey, this is my first image post, okay? And then click on this tick button. Adding new post, please wait. Well, the post is added successfully here, but we got an error, okay? Here you can see it. So we just got, unfortunately, Instagram app has stopped. Let's just check the logcat for it quickly and see what happens basically. Okay, for that we have to scroll a little and it says, just click on it and it says that Java language string cannot be called. Remove this ID and type this ID again. Okay, and here you see that is ID belongs to post. Well, this is not that ID. It must belong to a string. So what I'm going to do, let's just remove it. I'm going to use another name for it. Let's give it name is user ID. Okay, and now when you type this user ID here, just type U. And you will see this suggestion and it again displaying us this thing. But we do not want that it must be of type post. It must be of type string. So when you type user ID, here you can see still the type of this is post, okay? So it doesn't matter, whatever the name you give to it, but the main problem is that this must not be of type post. Now the reason that the mistake we just did here is basically this following list is of type array list, okay? And we have to specifically define it, just like we did here. Like following list as array list, okay? And the type of this is string. So in this character, we identify that user ID or ID is the also of string type. So make sure you just copy this, okay? Alongside with this message, copy it and just come down here below. And instead of just saying simply following list, you can just cut this and paste this whole code, okay? Which is this one. Okay, so we specified you type array list and it will store string type variable, string type values, okay? And now if you just write here, the same code which we wrote here before, so here you can see now it is of type string, okay? You can see it now. So yeah, that's it. And this is the mistake basically which we just correct now. Now the next thing which we need to do, that point we just basically forgot to write, and which is the post add up. It must not be null. Dot notify data set change. Now let's just run the application quickly. So the application is running now, and once again, we just got another error. And let's see what we got here this time. So it is that circling view cannot be cast or text view. So something we did here. Oh, sorry. We forgot to change the IDs of all of these according to it, okay? So let's just do it quickly. Let's start from the post image home, okay, post layout. I'm really sorry for this, okay? We just forgot about to change the IDs of it, okay? So we have post image for the, let me just quickly come here, and then we have for the post, we have post image home, and we have the like button. So for the like button, we have post image like button, copy it and just quickly replace it here. Then we have comment button. So for the comment button, we have post image comment, copy it, paste it here. And then save button we have. So for the save button, the ID is post save button. Then we have username. So username ID is username post. That is on the post page, let's say. So just give it a unique ID. Okay, so username post. And then we have the likes. So for the likes, we have the ID, this one. So just copy it and paste it here. Make sure to exactly give it the ID, okay? And for the publisher, let me just check it. The publisher ID is publisher. So publisher. Then we have description. It is description. Then we have the last string comments. So comments, comment. So before running the application, one more thing is to change also the types of it. That is, for the comments, we have text view, then description. We have to check it, okay? So like button is the image view, and then this like is basically a text view. Where we display your total number of likes. So likes This is not post image like button, okay? Make sure to confirm this from here. For displaying likes, we have this text view by name likes, okay? And this one is basically our icon for displaying, the button basically, okay? So make sure to do the changes likes, okay? Likes. This is the text view in which you will display the total number of likes. Now we are ready to test the application finally. So please, exactly follow the exact steps which you are seeing in this tutorial. And this tutorial is very long so far. I think more than 50 minutes. So the application is running now successfully, and yeah, we got it. Okay, here you can see it. This is the full name, this is the username, and this is the post. And also let's add a new post so that we can see also that is the new post must appear here at the top, okay, in descending order. So let's just choose an image. Hello, my second post. Okay, and then let's just upload it. So you can see in the database, and also you can see the new post appear here at the top. Now the next thing is that whatever you can also change. Here you can see this displaying default picture because we have not uploaded, I have not, you can upload my profile picture, okay? Now I'm going to upload a new picture for my profile. So let's choose any image from here, and then let's just, so here you can see it. Now let's just upload it, and now you will see that this image will appear on my posts also. Here we go. Here you can see it. So it automatically update here also on my post. So in this Shiny, this is working really nice. Now we have to check the last thing, which is that now I'm going to, let me first check. I am logged in by my own account. The ID is RZ, okay? And currently I have no person in my following list, instead my own ID. So that's why I'm seeing my own post. I'm going to log out from here quickly. And now I'm going to create another account so that we can see from that account we will follow my own account, and we will see if I can see the post of Muhammad Ali or not, okay? Which is my post. So let's say Gia Parker. Okay, so you can say Parker, and then email, let's say for example Parker @ or whatever email. This is just for testing purposes. So gmail.com, password 123456, then click register. I am going to follow this user whose name is Muhammad Ali, okay? And now I am logged in as gia@gmail.com, Gia Parker, okay? So if I just go to the search, and let's search for Muhammad Ali, this one, okay? I'm going to follow him. Here you can see. So now inside, inside the followers for me, it is written that I have this one follower whose ID is EN, and EN is basically Gia Parker. So now I am added to the following list of Gia Parker. So if you just open this EN, which is Gia Parker, okay, if you just open it, then inside the following list of her, I am now here, okay? RZ, okay? RZ, which you can see it. RZ is Muhammad Ali. Now if I just come here, and now if I just go back to the home activity, then I will see the post of Muhammad Ali, okay? So here you can see it. Now let's just upload a new post from here so that we can see what happens. So let's just crop this image quickly. And then we can say, hey, let's just, whatever, you can write the description, that just click on this. And now you will see that the new post will appear at the top, okay? In descending order. Here you can see it, Parker, okay? And here you can see it. So the user can see his own post, that is actually a part which is the Parker account, okay? And also the post that is she is now, Gia Parker is following me, that is LIZDB48. So that is why she is also seeing or viewing my post also. Okay, here you can see it. So if a user update his picture or profile picture, then it will automatically update it also here on all the posts of that person. Okay, which I already show you guys. And if you want to check last more time, then you can just come here and let's choose an image. Let's just quickly crop it. So now you will see that automatically profile picture on the posts also. Here you can see it. Yeah, that's it for this video. We are going to work on the like button. So we are going to allow user to like and then unlike. Like, let's say if user click on this like button, then you will write a code that is you can say that turn this icon into red one so that it denotes that is the post is already liked. And if a user again click that, then it will unlike the same post. So let's just do that. So come here to the post adapter, and here on our post adapter, we have inside the onBind view holder. When a user click here on the like button, and the name of that like button is basically this one, okay? The image view like button. So we can say by using this hop view holder, this with the instance is by name holder, so we can say holder like button set on click listener. Now here we need to differentiate between the already liked and the not liked. That is, let's say for the first time. When a user liked, and then let's say if a user then unliked. So we have to write an if condition here that will check that. So how we can do that? For that we can just say dot like button dot tag, and now we will set a tag for this. Now we will implement some methods in which we will set these tags and play with the icons. That is the red icon and this gray icon, okay? The red icon will indicate that the post is already liked, and this gray icon will indicate that the post is not liked by an online user. So if this is equals to like, then else. Now I will tell you what this means. If a user click on the like button for the first time, okay, then we will execute this if condition. Now we will set a tag for it in the method, or you can say in the function which you will implement now. And we will set the tag to like. And if the post is, let's say, already liked, okay, then here we will display the red icon. So the user will see that red icon. So if, let's say, if we want to unlike their post, then that code we will write here in the else statement. That is to remove the already liked, or you can say decrease the like number, okay? So yeah, let's just do that quickly without wasting time. Get it? Dot reference, dot child. The child will be by the name likes, dot child, post dot get post ID. Then we can say dot child. That is by whom this post, which user liked this post. Dot UID. And we will set the value to true. Set value to true. So the post will be liked by this person. And this is the post ID, that is on which post, let's say every post has their own unique ID, which we are getting from here, okay? So anyways, this is the liked, and now we have, the user wants to unlike that same post, by pressing that button again, then instead of set value, we can just say dot remove value. And in case of unlike, you want to refresh that, so we can say, well, intent context, and we want to send the user to the main activity. That is to repair the same page. You can say class.java context dot start activity for the intent. Now this is all about, to like a post and to unlike that same post if you will click on that button again. Now the next thing which we want to do is to retrieve the total number of likes and display here below these buttons. I hope you remember we have this text too for now which is not, empty, okay? So we have to retrieve the total number of likes from the database and we have to display it here. So let's just complete that also. Now before moving to that, let's just set the buttons, which I already told you. If the post is already liked, then this icon will be red. And if it is unliked, then this will be just like this gray one, okay? So yeah, for that we can just create a method here by the name is likes. And from here we have to pass post.get post ID holder dot like button. So we are passing two parameters to this method, and this method we will now create this one, okay? So we are passing these two things, which is the post ID and the like button. So let's just create this is like functions. Here you can see it. This method is created successfully, and now inside here we can first create a reference to the current user. That is, the user view is online, and by using that online user ID, we can check if this user already liked some post, that is, let's say post 1, post 2, post 3, if these are already liked or not. Let's say if the user liked only one, say post number 2, so that post number 2 like button will be red only for that user. You will understand this. It is not that hard. Let's just complete this quick. We can say Firebase auth get instance dot current user. Let's create a reference to our this likes node. So we can just copy paste this quickly from here. Then we can just create a variable and we can give it name as likes reference equals to, and then paste that reference here. And after that we have to pass this post ID, that is post on which the user has already liked or unliked, okay? So post ID. So the next thing is to retrieve the likes. So we can say likes reference, and then the basis of which we will do our front end basically. Object called value event listener, put two curly braces. Let's move this to the next line. First method is built and on data change. Remove the comment, and the second one is on cancel. Remove the commit. So yeah, now inside this on data change, we have to check data snapshot. Sorry, this PO, okay? Which is data snapshot or any name you want to give to it. PO dot child Firebase user dot UID. If this exists. Oh, sorry, not like this. After this we can say if this exists, if that user like exists, if this user like already exists, then for that we have to use the red icon, okay? So we can say image view, the name of what that button is, this one like button, sorry, okay? So we are retrieving here the parameter like button dot set image resource or dot dribble dot we have a icon by the name heart clicked, okay, which is this red icon. You can see it here also. So, and already I provide these icons, the links to these icons. So we have to set a tag now, because on the basis of this tag, this is the same tag about which I talk, okay? So you can say like button dot set tag, or in Kotlin we just write tag, okay? Set tag it belongs to Java. So you can say set tag equals to liked. Else the like not exist, we will display the default icon which you will see now, which is by the name heart not clicked. which is this basic icon, okay, this gray one, and the tag will be like. So if you now compare this, okay, so it will basically retrieve the icons. On the basis of this code, or you can say this is like function, we are setting the icons. So it will tell the user that you have already liked the post, or if you have not already liked the post. And we are getting that tag here on the basis of which we are comparing here it, okay? So we are telling let's say if the user if the user do not like the post yet, then this code will execute, okay? If it is liked, okay? And the icon in that case will be this one. And if the user, let's say, click the button holder and this code will execute. Let's say if the user now wants to unlike that post, then this else statement will execute. This if statement will execute, okay? The hard one I already told you, okay? This is if the user has not already liked the post. But if once the user click, then this if statement execute, and then instead of the gray one, this red icon will appear, okay? You will understand more clearly when we test the application. And after that, the user has the option, this else statement. If a user click again on this like button, okay, holder, dot like button, set on click listener. So if the post is already liked, then this else statement will execute, which will just remove the like from the database, and on the basis of which this icon will again turns this gray color, or you can say this black color icon, this empty one, okay? Hope you understand everything more clearly. Now the next thing is to basically retrieve the total number of likes on a specific post and display. So for that, let's create another method, and the total number of likes we will display here on our this text view. So let's just create that method. So you can give it a name as number of likes. And here we have to pass holder.likes. By the way, this likes is our text view, okay, on which we will display. If you see it, likes is of type text view. We are passing this as a parameter to this method, which we will now create. And the second parameter it will have is the post ID, which we will need basically. So get post ID. Now let's just quickly create this post and this function, Okay, this is the function. And now in here, let's just copy paste this reference quickly from there. That's right here. And also, let's just copy this likes reference. We will modify it here in our number of likes, for retrieving the total number of likes. So likes reference set when event list. And here we have to say if PO exists, then we have to get the children count, which is the Firebase built-in function, and display it on our likes text view. So we can say this one, okay? Likes text view. So likes dot text equals to PO dot children count dot to string. So this thing will basically get the total number of likes on a specific post. Let's say, on this post ID basically represent any specific post, okay? Let's say post 2 has 5 likes, so it will display 5 likes. So we have to concatenate alongside with this. So we can say likes. So yeah, that's it. Now let's just test the application. But wait a second, before running the application, everything is complete now. In the previous tutorial, what we forgot about to add the description also, okay, which we are already retrieving. We have to set that description, which is here you can see, there's description text view. So come down here in our publisher info. What we need to do is, just copy paste this. Copy and paste that here. We just forgot to do that in the previous tutorial, okay? So you need to just write description. No, not this one, sorry. Just Control Z, remove this. Okay, username publisher, because this is the publisher information. And here we are not receiving any parameter. You are not passing in a parameter like name description to it, because this is only for user information which we display here, okay? This is where is profile picture, name, and this name. So anyways, not this one, okay? Sorry for that. Just come here, and since you know that description is optional, okay? So we have to add a if condition, conditional statement that must check if the description exists. Only in that case we have to display it. So in our own bind view holder, after this post, because of dot, we have to check if post dot get description dot equals to null. If this is equals to null, then we are not going to display anything. Instead, we will just make that text view invisible, okay? So for that, we have to say that description dot set visibility. But in Python, we have just visibility, and this must be equals to view dot gone, okay? Else, which means if the description exists, then in that case, we have to just copy this. Okay, so it will be visible in that case. And we have to say that holder dot description dot set text post dot get description. That's it. Now let's run our application again. So the app is running now successfully, and now here you can see the description on. So hey, my second post image. Hey, this is my first image post. So here you can see what this is working really nice. Now one thing which we need to do further is I need to first go to the database and let's test our likes feature. So let's me like this one, okay? Spark your post. If you click here you can see it, likes, and then you can also check the code if you want to understand it more clearly, okay? So I will just tell here, likes, then we have this key, and inside that key, now this key is basically the post ID. That is on this post ID, or you can say on this post, this user just liked, okay? If I just show you this LTWG, this post, okay? Here you can see it, the description is here, this is the information, and here you can see it, okay? Description is here. So on this post, which is here, LTWG post ID, and then we have the unique user ID, that is this user like this post. And if you just check about this user, from here, then here is EN, okay? And the name is Gia Parker. So Gia Parker just liked this post, which is this one. Here you can see it. And if I just come here, and here you can see it, Gia Parker. Now, if user want, the user can just click here you can see it turns red and the likes got deleted. So I'm going to like some post from here. Okay, and then I'm going to log out from here. And now I'm going to log in as another user, which is this one, Muhammad Ali. Okay, so let's just log out and see how I can see it from there. Log out. So let's just quickly log in from here, so that we can see that if the likes work for all users or not. For the followers, okay? I hope you know that I can only see my the people, let's say I'm Muhammad Ali, I'm following 3 persons. So I will see only that 3-person posts, okay? And only on these posts I will be able to like or comment on that. Okay, my password is incorrect. Anyways, I think I forgot what the password was of that user. Yeah, 1 to, I just forgot it, and now I remember the password was from 1 to 8 anyways. So here you can see it. I just logged in by this user, okay? This is the reserve 438, and these are his own posts. My own posts there. If you come here, then here you can see Muhammad Ali. You have to just click here, okay? This profile, here you can see Muhammad Ali, and if I just come here, then these are the likes. Gia Parker, like my this post, okay? Now already you see that a few minutes earlier, okay? Now if I just click here, and here you can see 2 likes, also you will see the changes here. Okay? So these are the information which are just storing here, okay? Now it means that this user whose ID is R7, whose ID is R7, name is Mohammed Ali, just like this post whose ID is LTW5. Whose ID is LTW5, this post, okay? Hey, this is my first image post. Hey, this is my first image post. Here you can see it. Also, if you just come here to the search, let's search for Gia, okay? I'm going to follow this Gia Parker user, and now I will be able to see her post also on my timeline, or you can see on my newsfeed. Okay, 1 like already there. I just liked, okay? Here you can see it. So it is working really nice. I mean, if you want to delete, then here you can see it. 1 like, 2 likes, okay? So I mean, this is really nice. This is incredible. So yeah, that's it for this video.